Hello again, friends. We're into Dear Burt 16. Wow. How long can I keep this up? I'm not sure if I can do this every week for a year, because I'm giving you some pretty fair stuff, as you know, each week. Each week I try to give you a technique that's usable, that you can use to better your life, to heal, to set goals for just about anything. As you know, if you've gone through all six, actually there haven't been 16 of them. I think there have been 20 or 22, because like last week I had 3, and a couple of weeks ago before that there were 2. Anyway, the picture, the painting, I call that one Girl at the Beach. Girl at the Beach. Not much to say about that, just a little painting that I did. Some of you enjoyed the paintings, and it makes it easy for me to use that as a backdrop. So, what will I talk about today? Well, you know, there weren't too many questions. So what I'm going to do now is give you a technique that, well, if you went to a seminar and paid $5,000 for it and got only this technique out of it, it would be well worth your attendance. What we're going to do with this one is visit the spiritual kingdom, the spiritual level of consciousness. There are 3 levels of consciousness. The physical level, that's where we're at now. The mental level, that's when you visualize, when you program, when you close your eyes and meditate, you're generally at the mental level. And then the next level would be the spiritual level. And it's really just a matter of vibrations. Vibrations is one of our great principles. There are 7 of them, as those of you who have been following me know, Hermetic principles. And the principle of vibrations simply says that all things are in constant and never-ending motion. All things. Now, that's all things. All things on the physical level, all things on the mental level, and all things on the spiritual level as well. Now, we're familiar with that on the physical level, rather, and the proof of that would be music. As an example, the first note of the musical scale, A, or Ah, is always the A, of course, octaves change it, but the A just below middle C vibrates at 880 times a second. That's A, 880. If I can move my finger 880 times, you'd hear a hum, and it would be a perfect A. Now, 440 is also A on a different octave, as is 1760 on a higher octave. So what, you might say? Well, that's music. We know that music vibrates, but all other things vibrate. A piece of lead vibrates. If you go into the molecular, into the atomic, you see constant and never-ending movement, motion. Now, the vibrations are what make us who we are, make the world, make the planets, the solar system, the galaxy, the very universe. All things are in constant and never-ending motion, vibrations. The low point of the physical vibrations is very dense, very basic. When you reach the highest vibration on the physical plane, and now we're getting into ultraviolet rays, gamma rays, higher and higher. I don't know exactly what the rays are. X-rays probably are the highest vibration. The high vibrations on the physical scale are the lowest vibrations on the mental scale. Now we go up the mental scale, and we find that the highest vibrations on the mental scale are the lowest of the spiritual. And then the spiritual has its own set of vibrations. Now, so what? Am I trying to justify something? No, just a little explanation, because there's not going to be too much value in that material. The value is what's coming next. Whenever I have a case to heal with respect to an individual, a person, and all else seems to fail, I always take them to the spiritual level to spend just a few minutes there, and very often that's successful. Now, how do you get to the spiritual level? Or what do you do when you get there? And how do you know that you're there? Well, you just assume that you're there. The spiritual level is a level that is totally mysterious. We don't know what's on the spiritual level. But one thing we're pretty sure of, that there's light there. Light is what the universe is. Without light, there is nothing. So we know there's light on the physical. We know there's light on the mental, or you couldn't visualize anything. We assume that there's light on, we're pretty sure there's light on the spiritual level as well. So if you visualize this light and just bathe yourself in it, you're bathing yourself in the level of the spirit. And that very often, because you're in that vibration, what you're doing is immersing yourself and getting into the rhythm of the spiritual. And we very often find a healing take place. This is how you do it. Let's say you have a problem, any problem, doesn't matter. You close your eyes and you're meditating. You take a breath and you just relax. And then you tell yourself, I want to go to the spiritual level. That's all. That's your intention. I want to go to the spiritual level. And then you visualize a great white light, bright light. You immerse yourself in it, as I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is going into a light meditation. I say light because I'm talking. But now I'm imagining a great white light. And I'm immersing myself. The light surrounds me. It's above me, below me, around me. It's like a fog, but bright light. And I just allow myself to stay in the bright white light without thinking that I want something healed. I'm just in the light. And, well, that's all I want to stay in it because we'll soon run out of time here. But I just visited the spiritual level for just to actually give you an example of how to do it. It's very calming. It's so calm that it's difficult even for me to talk when I first come out of the spiritual level. So, let me just shake that off. And that's how you do it. Now, that's all there is to this one, but don't lessen the power of this video. This has been a very, very, very strong video that can be very effective for you if you have any problems at all. Once again, go to the meditative state. Well, I don't have to repeat it. All you have to do is replay this. And that's how you go to the spiritual level. Just stay there for, how long do you stay? That's one of the questions you might be thinking. You could stay 10 seconds, will be effective, or you can stay 10 minutes. Although it'd be difficult to stay 10 minutes because you won't want to come out. It is very, very comfortable, very comforting. I would say that a minute or two will do it. So, that's about it for now. We're between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I hope to have something special for you Christmas. Have no idea what as yet. But this one was an extremely valuable one for those of you who will use it. So thank you very much. This is Burt Goldman, your American monk, wishing you a good day, a wonderful week, a productive month, and a very good rest of 2009. We'll be there soon. And let's all look forward to a wonderful, satisfying, productive, and healthy 2010. Thank you all. I'll see you, hopefully, next Friday for another Dear Burt. That will be Dear Burt 17. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.